Assalamualaikum.
Merhaba.
Khush Aamdeed.
Hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, Miyaan
Biwi
Aur
Aur
TV. I don't know why I do this, but to include you guys maybe. So today is a very special day. This is our third video, but our first time celebrating
with Eid.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. İyi bayramlar.
İyi bayramlar. İyi bayramlar is a way to greet or wish you Eid in
Yes,
Turkish.
in Turkish.
So Eid means
Good.
and bayram is
Eid.
Eid. So once again, let's do first in Urdu. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
And now in Turkish.
İyi bayramlar.
I almost every time we have Eid, I get so excited, and at them sometimes they wow, you have so much energy, because the whole day I'm like Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. And also I taught my Turkish husband that you have to hug 3 times on Eid. It's a special occasion. So after the Eid ki namaz, you come home and you get your Eidi, or you girls are ready, boys come from Eid ki namaz, and everyone is ready, and then they meet Eid. So Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. It used to be like this in my home. I have 3 brothers, and my dad, when they would come back, and my mom and I would get ready, and my mom would have made sheer khurma and savaiya, like I told you. So yeah. So once again, we wish you a very beautiful Eid. We hope you look beautiful.
Yes.
You feel beautiful. That is much more important, because when you feel beautiful, you look beautiful. And
We are wishing all the health and blessings.
all health, blessings, happiness with your loved ones. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Okay, so let's begin.
Let's begin. Yes.
What should we begin today with?
Which show you are saying?
Yes, the main show that is on everyone's mind.
Qarz, Jaan.
Jaan. So let's begin with Qarz, Jaan, which we just recently watched. Everyone I think was waiting for these 2 episodes, because many of the explosions that we as audiences were thinking would have happened last episodes, and we talked about this, that why did they not show that. And now finally everything has come out in the open, and we got a lot of explanations, a lot of revelations, a lot of secrets are out. So what did you think in a summary of these 2 episodes?
In summary, yeah.
Episodes number, sorry to cut you, 25 and 26.
Honestly, it was tragic, I can say, these episodes, because the Nashwa's marriage, Shadi, wasn't very nice with Ammar.
Yeah.
So she is right now becoming more like her mother. We actually said this before also, like Bisma auntie, she is becoming like. So I don't know, it's just like a little bit, these episodes are disturbing, I can say, because of the uncle is threatening everyone, literally. Bahtiyar uncle, like Ammar, he threatened, like Nashwa, he threatened. So everyone he's trying to control. It's a little sad to see, but we are just hoping that the situation at least go in a better way. Yeah. I hope.
My husband, can you come closer? Your hair. Can you let me fix that?
Is it bad? Okay.
No, it's fine. He's looking handsome, guys. Please give us feedback on this also, because at them sometimes feels a little awkward, but I tell him that you look very desi, sometimes almost from KPK in Pakistan, in these shalwar kameez, mashallah, looking very handsome.
You are also looking beautiful.
Okay, we went a little off track from very intense episodes of Qarz, Jaan.
What did you think? You can also share your opinions.
So first of all, thank you for the compliment. I tried, and I will also show you, by the way, I put mehndi. Maybe we can show a close-up later. Okay. I did these myself, as good of a job as I could, with my cone that was barely, mehndi was coming out. Going back to Qarz, Jaan, so we watched episode number 25, 26. Like you said, there were a lot of things that were a bit frustrating as viewers to watch, because you're feeling frustrated for the characters.
I use disturbing word, but
disturbing, yes, also disturbing, because Bakhtiyar Taya's attitude, his whole, even Dadi, when she goes, okay, let's start in sequence. So first of all, Dadi and Bakhtiar go to Bisma and Asim's house to give them mithai, and Dadi is so degrading to Jaan, so degrading to them. She's like, we have principles, how you guys wouldn't know, you never, were people of principles, these kind of things she says. And we are just sitting here, why do they tolerate these people? What good have
Honestly,
they ever
I was
done to them?
thinking the same.
Yeah. And then they declared that take these shadi ke cards, wedding cards of Nashwa and Amar, and Bisma there loses it. She just faints. She faints. Actually, they also, while doing that, declared that Amar and Bisma are
married. Already.
Amar and Bisma.
Nikah.
Amar and Nashwa.
Amar and Nashwa, sorry.
Oh my God, breaking news was going on.
No.
Sorry. Amar and Nashwa are married. Now that is really... We knew this was coming. We knew they were hinting on to this for 2, almost 3, I would say, episodes. But anyway, so this had happened. Even Amar's mother did not know, which I felt very, so bad for her character also. I really like her character because she's also Amar's mother. She's treated so badly, and so in the beginning her character was a little I thought she was always treating Bisma as a servant in the house, and always just doing her own fashion. But now I feel bad for her because she is treated with disrespect, with no value in that Bakhtiar house, Bakhtiar villa.
They are not giving importance to her right now. It's more like right now she's also, of course, she's a mother. But Amar, for example, got married to Nashwa before actually
no one included her in that. Yes. So while this scene is going on, these explosions are going on in Asim's house and Bisma's house. What is happening is Burhaan and Nashwa are again in that car, where Burhaan is again.
Burhaan is so much expressive in these episodes. He's very expressive. He's very emotional.
He's having emotional breakouts. He is very jazbati is the word we use in Urdu. Very jazbati, बहुत jazbati हो रहा है. And Nashwa, on the other hand, is more composed, more calm, which is the opposite.
Always Nashwa, we are seeing her crying, kind of she's not saying much
but
things.
Not crying.
Actually, she told him also with Amar she got married, but still I feel whenever they talk, Nashwa is just crying from here. One drop
but
is
still she's
coming.
Strong. She is because hurt.
She's strong, but I mean, we will come why she did this. But
so Burhaan, finally Nashwa tells him that what you want can't come true. I cannot be with you because mera nikah ho chuka hai. My nikah has already been done with Amar. So this is the tragic. There Burhaan basically breaks down. After that we see multiple breakdown of Burhaan happening. She leaves the car basically after telling him that, and she's crying and he's stunned what has happened. And in the house there is chaos because Bisma has gone behosh. Behosh means has fainted. So she also said, Burhaan, by the way, she said this line, वादों और उम्मीदों की कोई डोर नहीं है. We didn't have any promises and any hopes. I didn't give you any false hopes. I didn't promise you anything. So there wasn't any commitment made. So I didn't hurt anyone by this decision. I didn't deceive anyone by this decision. I think in ways she's trying to say, maybe she, of course she liked him, but there was never a declaration of love between them.
There was no.
Yeah.
That is true.
Then we said, we see Burhaan losing his composure when he's throwing things, and he is saying that you should have thought about yourself if you couldn't think about me. अपने बारे में सोच लिया होता, मेरे बारे में ना सही. Okay, you didn't think about me, but you should have thought about yourself. Burhaan is saying this to himself.
She sacrificed herself.
So one I would say here, when this whole incident is happening, did you see the slow-mo zoom of Bakhtiar's face and the smirk of so evil?
Yeah. I mean, good acting again.
Very
we
good
will
acting.
say the same.
Marvelous.
Good acting.
Excellent, yeah.
but yeah, the seeing him like that is like the zoom. I mean, smirk face. The smirk face is making like.
It was so. I was telling Erdem, it was so evil that he could be casted in a Marvel villain role. He was that sinister, evil, manipulating psychology, so mental manipulation, all that was going on. And
so many thoughts came to our mind also when we like saw him like that smiling. That was a very evil smile.
Very evil, but very good. Not over the top, it was perfect. I think it hit the spot right.
Yeah, it was good acting again.
It was good. I think Erdem is not very impressed.
Impressed?
Yeah.
Like, no, I impressed actually.
I'm joking. I sometimes pull his leg because I sometimes am so expressive.
I mean, no, I like the acting, but I can't say, oh, he's the best actor. Like, I mean, his acting is nice, I can say, yeah.
So, anyways, very good acting by Deepak Parwani Sahab. Then Bisma basically runs to the house after this whole declaration, and there she confronts everyone that why did you do this? She is my daughter. I have right on my daughter. How dare you? And the camera movement in that scene was really good. Remember it goes kind of circular, and then Dadi, again Dadi is standing in the door, and she, the second most, or they're equally evil, but
I'm not sure about second most. Like ranking equally. Is hard.
Ranking is hard. Both mother son are equally evil, soulless people. So I thought that acting, that camera movement, that direction was really good, and the way that Bisma breaks down, she cries with sounds at their house.
It was realistic, yeah.
It was very
good.
So then we move on to that scene where we finally understand why is there so much hatred in Dadi's heart for Bisma. When she gets that picture of her son and Bisma,
she was looking at the picture,
and she says, "Bisma ko rote dekhkar mujhe sabr aaya aaj pehli dafa. Finally, I feel at peace after seeing Bisma cry like
so
this."
Evil.
So we understand her psyche a little bit. There in English there's a proverb that misery loves company. That when you're miserable, you kind of also want to put that on other people. You want other people to feel like you. Because she loved her son so much, and when Bisma, she didn't love him, and that's okay. Like the way she got her married, she maybe loved him in not as much as Dadi wanted. She wasn't fully broken into pieces when her husband died, but Dadi took offense to that. She wanted Bisma to be in pieces, and that's why she always hated Bisma. She said, "I wanted her to mourn you for life. I never wanted to see her in colored clothes. I always wanted her to just cry for you, to be broken in pieces for you, but she was not. She was always very calm, and that calmness bothered me. I hated it. And finally, I feel at peace." So we understand Dadi's.
She cut the picture from the half. Like not cut, but like she tore apart.
Yes. And then I think Amar basically congratulates his Dadi and father Bakhtiyar. He's like, "Congratulations on your plotting and scheming. Good job done."
Yeah.
And they are now planning to get her married. So this was episode number 25. As we said, a lot of explosive interactions happened between the characters.
But in episode 26, it was more dialogue based.
Yes. You can
and
share.
Now
Adam has a very major request.
Yes, we can like hear maybe breaking news, or we can put attention. Where are the CC? Like closed captions. Where is the CC?
Yeah.
Hum TV, I'm asking you. Where is the CC?
I hope Hum TV is watching our I think maybe we can write to them about this.
Maybe.
There might be a formal way of communication for the viewers.
I am your international audience. Like, I want with CC, I want to watch with CC.
What they are doing is that they do upload the subtitles, but maybe after 24 hours, 16 hours, we want it when they release the episode, because like we are reviewing episodes weekly, and it's not just about reviewing. We want to enjoy the drama when it comes, because later on spoilers come and these things. We want to watch it as it is released to enjoy the drama, and it's hard for me to translate in time for Edem, and also Edem can't enjoy it properly. I can't, so why do
The
that?
thing is, like, when there is not much dialogue, it's fine.
Yeah.
In episode 25, I didn't mind much.
Yeah.
I didn't mind. But in episode 26,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah.
It was
Very
more like
dialogue-driven.
dialogue based.
Yes, true.
Like dialogue, one after another. Like,
So in episode number 26, Nashwa comes to Bisma and she said that Bisma said, why did you do this? She said, I did this आपकी खुशी और अपने दिल के सुकून के लिए, for your happiness and for my heart's, for the peace of, for sukoon, peace.
then she said, I guess you are becoming my mother, right? She said in there or somewhere she said something like this.
Yes, Bisma was saying they will now do such bad things to you. They you basically all the sacrifices.
Didn't she say something
No,
like
she
this?
said that I am not Bisma. Nashwa said, I am not Bisma. I am Nashwa, so I will handle them. She tries to say this to her mother, Bisma.
To her mother, she said
Yes,
like that.
Yes.
I'm not you.
Yes. Like I'm not Bisma. Yeah. So then,
I'm not Bisma, she said to
Yes.
her mother. Her mother's name already is Bisma. Why would this? For example, I am not Nur. I'm not you, I can say.
in Urdu we sometimes do this. Anyways, so Bisma is saying that you can take khula, we will do this, come with me, we will get you divorced. But Nashwa is saying, I can deal with Amar. Amar is at least not a hypocrite like Bakhtiar, Taya.
Okay, she
and
defended him.
she defended because we know there is a condition as to, like, there is something preventing her from divorcing also, which we learn later in the episode.
To there.
So on the other hand, Burhaan blames Nashwa in front of Asim, but Asim defends her, Nashwa. He says that right now Nashwa really needs you. You should be there for her, talk to her. And these people, you don't know, they manipulated us also. Years ago, when Bisma became a widow, she had Nashwa. I wanted to marry Bisma, but they said that we will not let Nashwa go with her mother. So how could I have separated mother and daughter?
There were always conditions.
Yes, so these people are evil basically.
Yeah.
So then one thing, very nice thing Bisma says. First of all, she says that you are talking about forgiving Amar as if he is just making small mistakes. What do you remember about Maheen's murder? So I think Bisma thinks that maybe Amar did Maheen's murder, but we think, and actually I think we are right, it was Bakhtiar. And she says this very sweet thing. She's not very sweet, I should say. The word should be a very wise thing. She says that life is not like a storybook. You think if you did this, now it will finish, it will go like this. You cannot skip a page. You know, in a book you can just skip pages. You can't do that with life. It's a long journey ahead, so you have to think about it, because she's talking from experience, obviously, what kind of life Bisma has lived. So yeah, and then the final scene, which is the big scene in which we have flashbacks and everything, is between Burhaan and Nashwa in the drawing room. So she said, Nashwa to Burhaan is saying, why did you do this? Again, he's asking her, don't you give me even little bit importance to tell me what was so emergency that you did this, and why couldn't you even include us? You weren't alone.
I mean, he's right in his thing. He's right.
So she said, but I did this for my mother's happiness, and it is the most important thing to me in the whole world, and I have no regrets. ये मैंने अपनी माँ की खुशी के लिए किया, and मुझे इससे कोई अफसोस नहीं है. And she said, but Burhaan says again a very nice thing. He says that, she says this is Kismet, and sometimes Kismet makes you feel this little. You are nothing in front of Kismet. Your destiny goes away out of your hand sometimes. You can't control it. He says, but Nikah is taking destiny into your hand, because you are asked, Kabul hai. You know, Adam knows Kabul hai.
And you said, you
said that.
Yeah.
But then she tells him there are flashbacks, and we understand that also. Before going into flashbacks, Nashwa also says that I made a commitment to
अगर कोई commitment की थी तो मैंने खुद से की थी, जो कि मैंने पूरी की.
myself, and I fulfilled it. Here I would like to say, guys, I will show at them also, but I told him there was a Salman Khan dialogue.
एक बार जो
जब
मैंने
मैं
commitment
किसी से
कर दी,
commitment कर लेता हूँ तो मैं अपनी भी नहीं सुनता. It
उसके
reminded me of
बाद
that.
तो मैं खुद की भी नहीं सुन.
You know Salman Khan from Bajrangi Bhaijaan?
Yeah, I
That
know. No,
Salman
I know
Khan.
that actor.
Yeah, he usually has some dialogues that are so like
Popular. Trending.
popular, but they are like kind of almost silly, but
Huh.
in a fun way. Like, I don't know how to say. It's like he says it like this macho, very strong hero, but these dialogues are what? Like, when I make a commitment to anyone, I don't even listen to myself. Like, what does that mean? So she didn't say that, but it reminded me of Salman Khan. So can Nashwa like change her destiny like Sallu Bhai, who, you know, Salman Khan, like he does in the movies? We will see. Can she
We'll see.
be that strong? Like destroy them all? Nashwa.
I mean, right now, I'm not sure about that, but okay, let's
I
see.
really don't want this to be a tragedy, but we will see.
Yeah.
Okay. So lastly, we will talk about the flashbacks. First flashback is their nikah happening.
Yeah.
And they silent the Kabul hai part, which I thought was
And
a good
mithai
thing.
will come.
The mithai comes and they both don't eat, Amar and Nashwa. And Burhaan says to Nashwa that I love you. I cannot imagine my life without you. You are my first happiness. Pehli khushi, first mohabbat, pehli mohabbat. So, and then he says, but okay, now we can find a solution. And then we get to know in a second flashback what is the thing that might prevent Nashwa from taking a divorce.
Yeah. That's also what do you think about the camera angle? Like, it was like from... How can I say, from here?
I understand that this didn't bother me much because it was shorter than the angle when Nashwa had her whole solo monologue. If you guys remember last week's episodes, the camera too long, it was close to her face. We didn't like that.
This
long.
time it was short. Yeah.
It was short, so I liked the intensity. So the second flashback, basically Taya says accidents happen all the time in this city.
That is...
And what if people have dreams and they die and the murderers are never found? So basically, he said, I'm sure you must have understood what I'm trying to say. So basically, he has threatened Nashwa that about Bisma, and now we can be sure that he is the one who killed
most probably
Mahin, that girl. So that is that, and basically the episode ends over here.
Covered everything, I
sorry,
guess.
not over here. Sorry, Beenish also comes.
Yes. In the last scene,
few
she
minutes.
was coming,
Beenish comes. She said that I will talk to Dadi. Why are you hiding?
As if it is gonna be like...
It won't make a difference,
It will not make a difference, but okay.
And then we also learned that, yes, Nashwa has been threatened by her Taya. And when Amar comes in and he said, he's such a loser, to Burhaan is such a loser. And we learned that actually Amar has also has been threatened by his dad to maintain this marriage. And that is that if he doesn't maintain it, he will not get any inheritance. He will be kicked out of the house. So both characters, Nashwa and Amar,
they are stuck
now. And they cannot get a divorce. Both have been threatened to keep it going. That's that.
That's all.
I'm so curious how this drama is gonna end. What's going to happen?
Is it gonna be a happy ending or is it gonna be a tragic, sad ending? We will see.
Are we going to see reopening of the case at last?
Yes, are we gonna see? Or is it closed right now? Is
yes,
like
we're never going to go back. Will Amar have a change of character today? In these episodes, I didn't think he seemed very...
But if you ask me, generally, I will just share my opinion in this.
Sure.
Like, he should get caught, I feel like, right now. I mean, if he did. Actually, he did, we are thinking.
Yes.
So, yeah. But, like, still, this can give, like, some, different, like, meaning or different, like, this show. So, it needs to give, like, if you do if you do a bad thing, if you commit a murder or if you do something, actually, we know what Amar did. Like, so, you need to get punished.
But I would add
Also-
another thing to this. This show is not much about social messaging like that. I think it's more about realism. So
True,
in real life, people like him who are this rich, wealthy resources, they get away with these kind of things. But
they
my
should not
thing to
get
that
away.
is Nashwa really going to forget? I mean, I don't think she has forgotten, but maybe she will force herself to forget because she has to stay in this marriage. So is Burhaan going to come to her rescue? Is Nashwa going to be like Salman Khan and rescue herself? Okay, joking about Salman Khan. Nashwa is, I think, stronger than him. So what is going to happen?
You'll
Let's
see.
find out.
Let's
Let's find out together. You guys please share your thoughts about this. We want to
Yeah.
see, we really want to know your theories, right?
True.
What are you thinking?
the
Because
comment
I love
section.
predicting dramas.
In the comment section,
yes,
please.
please do give us your viewpoints. Moving on to Dastak. So Dastak episode number 16 on ARY, which is being aired every Friday. We are enjoying this show. I can say maybe I am enjoying this show more than
Yeah.
them. So I will definitely not say we. Let me correct myself. I am enjoying this show. And them is okay.
I also enjoy.
You like the show,
can say.
but not a big fan. Yeah. So because it's a different. It's not really your cup of tea. Yeah.
But still, we watch together, of course. And
Yes, we watch
are gonna
together,
review,
and
of
yeah.
course.
So what happens is, so as we know, 5 years had passed. That was in the
Yeah.
previous episode. Kiran is now a successful
event planner, event manager.
Yes, decor. She does the decor with her
Yes.
best friend and her husband. They
Yeah.
have a business. And 5 years have passed, and we see that her ex-husband Saif and Faryal have come back from wherever they were, or they were already there, but the mother is coming back. The mother is coming back after 5 years.
True. Yes.
Saif's mother, the
was
mother-in-law
coming.
of Faryal. She's coming back after 5 years, and so we learned that in that time, Faryal has gotten very bitter because she has had 3 miscarriages.
Yeah.
So she is a little bitter, and even Saif said, "Why do you have so much hatred in you?" She says, because what we hear is that the mother is coming back and she is already inquiring about Shani, her grandson, and asking about Kiran,
Yeah.
who is not her daughter-in-law anymore. So Faryal gets very angry. She is saying that already your mother is trying to put distance between us, by saying these things. So he's saying Shani is still her grandson, and she doesn't know you've had miscarriages. She was not here.
Yeah.
She was with her daughter in Canada. But we see that Faryal is full of bitterness, and we will just touch upon that thing again, but a little later. So Kiran is saying that she wants to marry someone of her choice,
Yes.
which as she should.
Her right.
And so, I mean, she is now more independent, like we said, more
Yeah.
financially independent, more even emotionally more. She has freedom, like
Yeah.
she's emotionally strong as well.
Financially, emotionally.
Financially, so she is doing well. What happens, which I was waiting for? Finally, Moise comes back.
Yeah.
The guy who was in love with Kiran, but one-sided love.
One-sided love.
He comes back, and how do they meet? So basically, she is doing event planning for his fiancée, and her name was, if I have written, Naveen. She's doing the event planning for her engagement. So on the engagement day, she sees Moise and she learns, oh, this is actually my old university friends engagement. So they find out then. And also, by the way, we learned that this engagement is kind of like a forced engagement for the girl.
Because she was actually interested in somebody else.
She is interested in someone
She
else.
was mean. I mean, she is, of course. I'm saying.
Kiran is overhears her talking literally
Yeah,
on the
phone.
engagement stage, right?
Yeah, she was
Which I
talking.
think, she's like, "Don't worry, Atif." The guy's name is Atif. I think, Atif, I'm getting engaged, but I will only get married to you. I will only marry you. So I thought maybe the engagement setting is a little weird, but okay. So there is that, and so basically a forced engagement. Then what do we see is but one thing also I found a little I always find it a little curious in dramas is sometimes people's expressions are so obvious and no one even asks that person like, are you fine? Because the bride was in such a sadu,
In
depressed
dramas, we see
face.
this. First of all, I will say Meme Se Muhabbat.
Shariq's.
Shariq, yes, but the girl, like
You mean
Roshi.
Roshi.
Roshi's face was very like,
during all her engagement.
yes, it
and
was very
everything.
obvious, but no one asked. So in this show also, yes, the girl is very sad. She doesn't want this marriage to happen. So, but no one is saying like, what is happening, or why are you feeling sad, or like, I don't know, like, are you really like, what is happening? Like, can they that they can at least ask this question to her?
Yeah.
But in dramas, I feel maybe they are doing this intentionally, so we are not seeing these things.
So that was a little funny to me. Anyways, Moise enters and even entering, he quickly sees Kiran and he's just kind of, his attention is then all the time on Kiran. He's just entranced by her. Then Moise's mother loves the decor, so she gets introduced to Kiran and she says, Kiran, you have to also do shadi for us, so we are already booking you. So it's like a little awkward meeting, but also kind of cute, I thought. And so that is not it. That's not it. So we see also the dynamic between Faryal and her mother-in-law, which is, like I said, very like typical saas bahu kind of, which was, I think, predictable. It's not very, very typical. Like there is not a lot of like typical words being used, but it's still not good. But it never was good from the beginning. But I think after 5 years, the mother-in-law now should accept.
It's a very long time, like 5 years.
5 years is a long time. You should
It's
just
not a
accept.
short
Now
time.
your son has
It's
been
not a 1
married.
year,
Kiran
just
has
2
been
years.
divorced. He has divorced Kiran. You should accept. That is, I actually sympathize in that place with Faryal.
Yeah.
It's a little unfair for her to keep mentioning Kiran. She's your husband's ex-wife. So, anyways, so then Kiran and Moise meet because Moise's mother is very adamant. Like, we want them. I will go right now. So he goes, and for them to do his shadis, and there his friend, Kiran's friend Sobia, tells Moise that
actually she's like the
girl
bride
Naveen,
is interested in somebody else.
Yeah, and she's being forced to marry. And Moise says, actually I did notice she was a little didn't want to go shopping, or her attitude was a little off. She didn't talk much. So he's also I think you guys are right. It makes sense. So there is that. So basically, I think when Kiran got married to Saif didn't want to marry her. He was being forced. In this situation, the girl is being forced. So Kiran, I think, relates to that situation also. And she is actually relates more to Moise's character because both of them are fine, but their other halves do not want. So I think that's a nice. I think this whole situation of Moise coming back into Kiran's life was a nice way of them coming, because how else would they have come across each other?
This is her career.
Yeah, so they did it in an organic way, right? It felt not forced. Like imagine usually what they do in dramas.
In cafes.
You are in a mall and you
have
you collide.
Yeah.
Or something like this happens. So I like
one
that.
in a million chance.
So I like that. But Moise's dad looks interesting. So I don't know what role will he play, because he looks super intense. Moise's father, and what will happen there. Lastly, actually before the last scene, there's again an interaction between Faryal and Faryal's mother-in-law, Saif's mother, where actually first the mother says to Faryal that दूसरी माँ का दिल दुखाओगी तो खुद माँ का मुकाम कैसे हासिल करोगी. She says to him, after you hurt another mother, how can you be a mother yourself after she learns that she has had miscarriages, which I think is so bitter because miscarriage is not in your hands. It is Allah Mia's mercy. It happens. So you shouldn't taunt a
Also,
woman.
she was talking from the back. Like, I mean,
Yes.
she wasn't there. Then she came.
True, she was
like,
talking to the maid. But the house help. Like, she shouldn't have said this. It's so bitter. Yeah, she didn't say to her face, but still. So Faryal overhears. And Faryal says, what about those mothers who already have children and they hurt their own children?
Yeah.
What do you think of them? Basically,
Yeah.
because...
She gave an answer.
Yeah. So I think in that, Faryal might be very bitter. She may come across as very full of hate maybe sometimes, but I think in some ways she's also justified in things, because she was in Saif had committed to her for 5 years, then he married someone else. That's basically betraying, right? Betrayal, love betrayal. Then miscarriage is not her fault, and if someone is taunting you, your own mother-in-law, that is also not nice. Then we see that Moise confronts Naveen in a cafe. The last scene where he says that, do you really want to marry me? And she admits that actually she doesn't want it, and the episode ends here.
True. That's all. About the episodes. Like,
yes, about Dastak. So you guys tell us, how do you feel about this drama? One thing I would ask your opinion also. How do you like the transitions in this drama? Do you remember the transitions? You liked them.
Transitions
from scene to scene.
Scene to scene. Yes, I remembered. Okay, like an old school kind of. It's like something was like a. What can we say? It's like a lens or something is changing, like the scene.
Not like a smooth. It's like.
Yes, I mean it wasn't bad. I feel like you a little bit. You were saying you didn't like, but honestly, I didn't mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was.
Sorry. Just before ending, I would like to mention here that the Mamu, I'm forgetting the name of the Mamu. He basically tells his sister that don't get pressurized by your husband. This is your house. Own into it. Because they will slowly, I think, reveal the fact that actually the Kiran's father betrayed her mother by getting the house in his own name. So we will also see that betrayal is coming up. We will let's see what happens with that. That was so
I guess,
like such a betrayal by the father. It's so bad. Like how can you do that? It wasn't your place to start with. So that's that. Moving on to one of our favorite shows.
Dilwali Gali mein Aaja.
Actually, by the way, it's not Dilwali Gali mein Aaja.
It says Dilwali Gali mein. We are adding Aaja
because it's in the music.
Yes. But Dilwali Gali mein.
Dilwali. But also we want to always sing the title. So I think that's why.
Yes. Also, when you say Dilwali Gali mein, it is incomplete.
Yes.
There needs to be something there.
Dilwali Gali mein Aaja.
Stop! Yes, Aaja is completing that.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, moving on.
So, in Dilwali Gali mein, so many misunderstandings happening. Ishtiyaq bhai left.
He left.
Because he found out what Tamkinat did.
Yeah.
Then Diju slapped Mujji.
Before that, the owner of the Bright Future School had an attack.
Yes, the mother. When Ishtiyaq bhai left, she fainted. She had an angina attack. Not very serious, but
yes, as you said, also
Diju slapped Mujji because Diju. Someone took a picture of her putting her head on the annoying Hamza. And then Mujji basically was upset about it, which I can understand him being upset. But the thing he said, he shouldn't say.
Okay, but then I can ask you this question. Did he really deserve that slap? Do you think?
Did he really deserve that slap? Maybe the way he put it to her. I know he was in anger, but he made it seem like that she cheated on him. But I don't.
So it's like an insult on her.
Yes,
you're saying.
It's an insult. Because she truly loves him and she has been with him through thick and thin.
Yes, she truly loves.
So, but I do think that they should talk it out. Slapping or blaming is, and by the way, until now I was really praising them that their communication is so good. Maybe it's my nazar.
Then now also
bad nazar. So I mean, I didn't have any bad nazar, but So we see the misunderstanding between the couple. Then we see another misunderstanding, which is that the girl who is looking after the principal, Muji's-
Faiza?
no, what's her name? I always
No,
forget
sorry.
her name. Not Faiza. Sorry guys, I will look it up. So anyways, the girl who likes Muji, she is looking after Muji's mother because Tamkinat, she doesn't want to see Tamkinat's face. And I don't know why only they found her. It's a little like, how did they just find a teacher who is not even working there to look after her?
Yeah.
Right? But it's like, how do you find that? Anyways, she is looking after her, and so she hurts her foot, like a child runs over, so she has a ankle problem. And then Diju sees Muji helping her, and
Yeah,
then
there's a
she
misunderstanding there.
again leaves. She came to Muji to talk things over, but that happens. One scene, finally there is some redemption in Tamkinat's personality.
Yeah.
Because when Muji's
now-
mother was lying, basically trying to cover for her own daughter, she
Yeah.
was lying to her brother and her sister-in-law that he betrayed us, he ran away with money, he is going to open.
She confessed
Yes.
there.
She says no, he didn't.
Yeah.
He did this
He's a
because I
good,
was bad to
decent
him.
guy.
Yes, he's a good guy. He's a decent guy. He's an honest guy. He would never do such a thing. My mom is trying to cover up for me.
I will just say it was very nice to watch with CC at this episode. CC's by the way, in the previous videos, I said, Ham TV, please like put CC back. I said, but in this again, the same thing. CC's are coming, okay. CC's are coming later. At least in Qarz Jaan, we are watching a little early maybe. The
Yeah.
CC's we are not seeing. But in Wali Gali, we are seeing the CC's, okay. Maybe this was our mistake. We were watching in Seheri time, Sahur time in Turkish.
Yeah.
So the CC's weren't available at this time. But now we watched later, so CC's were there. So it was so nice.
Just upload
watch
it with
with
CC. I can translate. Again, I will offer my services into this. I think I will do a good job. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
can, you
So
can
in
do.
Dilwali Gali mein, a lot of things are happening. Diju Muji both have misunderstandings. They are both again at a crossroads, at a dead end kind of, not even crossroads,
Yeah.
I feel like. But hopefully this show will end nicely. I hope they
Inshallah.
are together, because
Yeah.
I love when he says,
True.
when she says Muji and he says, yeah, Ji Muji ki Jaan, in that Lahori accent. It's so cute. Say to me. You know what you have to say. Meri Jaan.
Ji Noor Meri Jaan.
I'm like, say to me. It's so romantic by telling him to say to me. So I really want them to be together, to be happy together, to get all their things resolved. Cookie and her brother again are very hilarious. It is so funny. What else was there in the drama? I hope also, by the way, now I really hope, I miss Ishtaq Bhai. I
Yeah,
want him to
I
come
hope
back.
he will
He also
come back.
gets a happy ending. He's part of this family and I want him to stay. Maybe if it's with Tamkinat, if she changes, okay, I will accept it.
She can change now, but she's like right now she
No
realized
one changes,
actually Tamkinat,
but sometimes you realize and you can get better.
Yeah.
So she is realizing, I think. So
Yeah.
maybe. Otherwise, he can maybe be with that other teacher, Fauzia, because
There-
she's actually very nice.
There were rumors also, people were talking about
but,
things.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's all
That's
for
all, I guess.
yes, the flat thing, as we know, the court has ordered stay.
Yeah.
So there's a land dispute and it may never get built. So what will happen? That's still a question mark. So a lot of question marks in in Dilwali Gali
Yeah.
mein. And I would just like to add one thing which everyone is criticizing. We would also like to say the product placement is so bad. It's so tasteless. I just don't understand because especially I will say Tamkinat very depressed. She has this intense scene where she defends Ishtaq. I think after that scene she goes to the kitchen and she's smiling while using Vim, the dishwashing soap, and I am just thinking, how? Like, why? How can you show that? To me, it's too blatant, it's too in your face, it's too much, that I am really disappointed with how I really don't think it's the director's fault. I don't think it's the actor's fault. I think it's the network, I guess. Should be the network.
We can say one thing, it is a little bit ruining, right? The
Yes,
show.
it is
ruining.
definitely. It's like I read this comment somewhere. Someone said it's like watching little bit of drama in between advertisements.
advertisements.
It is so true. After every few minutes there's an advertisement.
Yeah.
In this episode there was Jam Mein Shiri again, there was Sunsilk, and there was Vim. Three products.
Okay, yeah. With Sunsilk, I want to say something. Oh, Sunsilk, that scene, what was it?
Yeah.
What was it? Like that scene.
Said,
no,
yeah.
she said like they were like looking at the stuff that she
juice
brought.
things,
Yes, these juice things. So then they saw Sunsilk. But did you realize how they put like this?
Because you have to show the whole thing. That is their thing. But look at people who are in America and in other countries, they are doing also product placements,
Yeah.
but they do it in such a subtle way that you can also see, but it's not obvious. So this thing needs to be worked upon really, truly. In Ramadan, it's too much. I don't understand. I think it's actually putting people off these products.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I will not buy this Vim, it ruined the scene of the Sunsilk. It's like, I don't want smooth silky hair. I will buy okay, I'm not saying that, but it's like a little.
True.
So that is all. Let's move on to our
To-
favorite segment, which is
Word of the day.
so again, I will quickly explain because we are new here. You guys are new here. In Word of the Day, we take one of the words from one of the dramas, which is in Urdu, of course, and then add them. My very handsome Turkish husband here, mashallah, please. He will translate it into Turkish for you, so you guys can learn something new from a new language. Like, why not? So the word we took today is vada, which was mentioned like vado and umido, like that in Qarz Jaan by Nashwa. So vada means promise. What is
And
the Turkish
in Turkish, it
translation?
is söz.
Söz.
I can give an example of a sentence, or for example, like I can say, I promise, kind of, söz veriyorum. Like, this is söz, like we say söz, I will do
I'm making
this.
a promise. Veriyorum,
Commitment, like
making. Veriyorum, giving.
Giving.
Veriyorum is giving, yeah. I am giving. So, yes, söz, vada, which both mean, as we know, promise. So, that's all.
That's all.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed our review. And again, once again, बहुत chok means very. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Bayramlar.
Eid Bayramlar.
Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
Thanks for watching. Like.
Share.
Subscribe.
Ah, this is so girly.
No, it isn't.